Hello everybody and welcome back to XP12. We're streaming second night in a row here. We've had some fantastic releases for XP12 recently, and one of those released just last week on Saturday, I believe it was. And here we have the fantastic TorqueSim Cessna Citation C525 for XP12, and it is absolutely beautiful. Really nice, and we're going to be taking a look at this bizjet today in the stream. Hey SimCrashFly, welcome, and Nikki, welcome. Yep, I was very excited for this this aircraft too. So I do want to say hey C-Toms, welcome. I do want to say a big thank you to TorqueSim for providing a copy of the aircraft to the channel for review and of course to stream as well. So big thank you to TorqueSim. Now, this aircraft is really nice. I think some of you may have seen the Q8 stream earlier and some other streams, but it is a very cool add-on, and it's nice to have more bizjets in the sim as well, because you know we have plenty of airliners and even smaller propeller GA aircraft, so it's nice to have a Cessna Citation here in the sim, and a nice slightly older one as well, with some older avionics. It's really nice. Alright, so let's brief the route. As you can see, we're actually in the channel livery, CUDA Corporate. I'll show you that in a little while. That's something I made up, but I will show you the default liveries as well, because it comes with a load of default liveries, which is really nice. Some very nice liveries are provided. So let me bring up Navigraph then and show you the route today. So we'll actually be doing 2 legs. So we're going to be flying from here. We're in Alicante at the moment, and we're going to be hopping over to Ibiza, and then from there we will return back to Alicante. So it's a pretty short flight there and back, hence why we're doing 2 sectors today. Should be a nice little hop over the ocean here. So in terms of the route, hey Oliver, welcome. Does your XP12 sometimes make your CPU jump to 100% usage for a second or two in cruise every so often? Sometimes. It definitely did on my old CPU, the i5-12400F. It would sit at 100 even when loading in, and I'd have to give it sort of 30 seconds to settle down, and sometimes it would. Yeah, absolutely. It is a very CPU intensive simulator. My new CPU doesn't do it as much, but it is a bit more of a powerful CPU. It's the Ryzen 7 7800 XUD. So yeah, I won't be surprised if it does jump to 100% every now and then, as long as you're not you know, throttling or anything like that. So we will depart runway 28 here from Alicante. We're using the fantastic virtual scenery 3D Leo scenery. There'll be a link if you put exclamation DEP in the chat. And we will be departing on the Mito to Charlie departure, and then joining the Rooks 3 in November arrival into Ibiza, and then we'll do the ILS X-ray into runway 24. And what we might do is, we'll see, we might just cut this short because it's a very long final approach. You'll have, like, I think this is about 20 nautical miles out from the airport, so it's a very long final approach. We may cut it short and intercept the ILS or something, but we'll see when we get there. Of course, we don't want to keep our VIP passengers waiting too long. Yeah, and Windows Defender, like Carson says there, Windows Defender does like to scan downloaded files on auto and such. I just have it disabled and exceptions added for X-Plane and auto and stuff to stop that being used. That could be another culprit as well. Absolutely. So, alright, let me get rid of this and let's take a bit more of an in-depth look at the aircraft before we get going here. So as you can see, in fact, let me show you some of these liveries first before we do anything. So there is over 20 liveries. Obviously the CUDA Corporate is my own that I have made, but there is over 20 liveries. I'm gonna just slowly scroll through them all here. There's a load of different ones. Some slightly less subtle and some are more subtle like this one, but they are really nice, all super high quality as well. And for all sorts of different registrations from different parts of the world. It's really cool. We've got an A&A livery here, sort of a Lufthansa type livery here, which is quite cool. And then these just look so nice. I love these sort of, we've got a UK sort of government type one here as well. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of liveries come with this aircraft. As you can see, there's an all black one, and some of this just changed interior as well, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Inu, welcome. So yeah, lots of liveries, and there is, of course, they have released a paint kit as well, which you can find on the TorqueSim website. So that's good, and it's a really nice paint kit as well, actually. Of course, I've made my own livery, so if we just discard that. So let's first of all, we're going to clear up some of these ground assets here that come with the aircraft. So you can, there's sort of two ways to do this. You can click on them, so you can see if I click the engine covers there, they disappear. Or you can bring up this window here, main menu, which you can assign actually to a button as well, which is what I've done. Now we can do VIP charter flights. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Hey, HGSim, welcome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Right. And yeah, so you can control everything from here as well. So let's just, what we'll do is we'll do it manually here, and then we'll take a in-depth look. So let's get rid of the cones, and some of these cones are going to be from this ground service. So remove those, and you can hear the engines there just spinning. Very, very cool. We'll get rid of the covers here. And as you can see, you can open these baggage compartments, which is really cool. So we can close those as well. There we go. We'll leave the chocks for now. Get rid of all these covers, as you can see. And let's see if we go inside. There is some click spots as well, so we can remove those. There we are. Looks like a helicopter. And all right, we can open the door as well, so we can open. And by the way, look at the physics on this cord here. Let me disable my Tobii eye tracker real quick. It's actually been playing up, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll have to try and get that fixed. But anyway, so open the door, you can see the chain, all of that stuff, and we can extend the stairs. I really like the animation and the physics on that chain. It's really, really cool. And now we are ready to get some passengers on board. We can close this side as well. There we are. And like I said, we'll leave the chocks just for now. While I show you the aircraft. Here we are in the cockpit. You can disable and enable the yoke. Very, very nice yoke. And the modeling and the textures in here are quite nice. They really have done a pretty good job in here, and it does look nice. For sure, the seats, everything all look good. All the, as you can see, a lot of the circuit breakers here are modeled as well. You can pull them out, push them in, etc. And there's lots of little animated bits in here. Like, I think this is an ashtray, I believe. And there's some stuff back here as well. So there's a few hidden click spots. You can, I believe, you can fold this down, I think. And you can, all the blinds are animated as well, so you can drag this and close them or open them, which is really cool. And there's some sorts of little cubby holes and stuff you can open here. Hey, Honey Talk, welcome. Really nice plane, got it today and I'm on my way to SYLT from Munich. Ah, fantastic. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it. It really is very nice. As soon as I got it, I've been doing a load of flights with it. Yeah, normally flying airliners and stuff, but this is a lot of fun. A little bit more manual. Can't hit the autopilot and just walk away, you know. It's slightly more involved, but it's a lot of fun. You can open this. We've got some drinks and stuff like that in here. Some more drawers. Looks like we got some glasses in here, and then in the bottom one here there's some paper airplanes, which is really cool. So yeah, lots of detail here in the cabin. And we'll close that. Nice sounds as well. And here is the main sort of area, the main cabin area. And all these tables are foldable as well. He says, there it is. There we are, we could put those away. And you can even move these armrests up and down. And there's nice sounds for all of these. It's a really cool attention to detail. And like I say, all these blinds are modeled. And there is a toilet back here. And I didn't know until today that this actually will flush. So right now, it won't because the aircraft is powered off. But once we get the aircraft powered on, it will flush and you can open. You can see this toilet roll in here. So yeah, lots and lots of detail on this TorqueSim aircraft. All these lights do turn on as well when the aircraft is powered, which is really cool. And that's just the internals. Let's go outside. And all right, if we head over to this side over here. Was it this side? It might have been the other side actually. There is a hydraulics panel somewhere here. So like I said, you can open that baggage panel like that, like we did at the start. And close that. And alright, let's find this hydraulics panel. I think it's it might actually be around here. Need to walk around out on. Here's what we need. Here it is. So there's a hydraulics panel in here. I don't think you can. There's anything else to click or do in here, but it's pretty cool that it's all modeled. You can, I guess, view the hydraulic quantity, I suppose. And everything still has very nice sounds. Do you have an add-on for the walking feature? I don't. I'm just using the camera. Just moving my camera around right now. I'm not actually walking. But yeah, what a beautiful aircraft. And we have it in the CUDA corporate livery as well. Our channel livery, but a sort of corporate variant, which is pretty cool. So let's get started then. So there is a checklist that comes with the aircraft. So I'm actually just gonna bring that up on my second monitor, and I'm gonna show you guys as well. So let me just do this real quick. So it does come with a UNS handbook here, as you can see, which is really nice. I use this to just basically learn the UNS, and everything you need is in here. So very, very useful manual here that comes with it. And then if I go to the TorqueSim website, let me bring these up real quick. So you can see that there's a little link here that you can go to. And go to manuals. So there's a couple of things here. So we have the UNS handbook as well. Then there's a normal procedures as well. A few years ago, I really dreamed of being able to use a toilet in the simulator. Well, it's here. We can do it, and I will show that to you in a little bit. But as you can see, we've got a nice checklist here as well with some takeoff performance data and some landing performance data as well, which is really nice. So yeah, a nice checklist. It comes with the aircraft. Very, very useful as well, definitely. Something else to note here is if you go to, there's a change log, you can get the paint kits from in here. I think performance profiles, so here, yeah, so you can get your SimBrief airframe as well, custom airframe, and save that to your SimBrief, and the same for full flight as well, which is super nice, and that's what I'm using. And then you have features in development as well. So there's a couple of things still coming to the aircraft. So things like the weather radar. So once X-Plane releases their new weather radar and the API for that, it will be integrated into this aircraft. So you can see that here it says in-op at the moment. And then it will work in future versions. They're just waiting on Laminar for that, basically. And then the ground power unit, a GPU is coming soon as well, and some other stuff like the TDS GTN. It is compatible with the, let me see here. There's a couple of options. So you can have standard avionics. You just got some basic, very basic sort of radio panels here and stuff. The GNS 530, I believe that's just the default in X-Plane. And then you have GTN 750 and 750XI from TDS. They are integrated as well. I don't have them at the moment, unfortunately. But they have some really cool things as well when they come out. You can change your VFR transponder code as well, which is cool. And like I said, you can change your ground equipment covers and charge your main battery and refill oxygen as well. And a big thing in this aircraft is persistence. So when you finish a flight and you close the simulator down, the next time you open the simulator, I believe it's livery based, so if you have the same livery, it will remember the state of the aircraft essentially. So if you leave some lights on, or even if you leave the battery on, you reload the aircraft, it will persist with that. If you leave doors open, particular covers on, it will stay as well, which is really cool. So you really do have to properly shut down this aircraft, or you can leave it in a configuration that you like for the next time you load up essentially, which is really cool. Just going back here then, there is a performance calculator coming, and then flight-based damage as well, which is really cool. So there is still a fair few updates, more features coming to the aircraft, which is really nice as well. So back to X-Plane then, and where were we? We were gonna start the aircraft up. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna follow the checklist on my second monitor here. Like that. Perfect. All right. So I've done a few flights with the aircraft so far and really enjoyed it. So oxygen control valve check in normal, that's back here, and that is in normal. Oxygen mask checked and properly stowed, that'll be down there. There is another click spot here, and you can change engine sounds and stuff, which is quite cool, on this sort of audio device here as well. Right, so circuit breakers all checked, and they all look good to me. Standby gyro switch, so if we go down here, if we go to test, which is down here, so test, green light on, that's what we want to see. And then if we have it in the on position, we have the amber light as well. Perfect. Battery switch, we'll put it on bat, and everything jumps to life. As you can see, I've got the panel lighting on because it looks quite nice, I think. Everything jumps to life. Let me know how the sounds are. Hopefully it's not too loud, too quiet for you guys. So check that the battery voltage is more than 24 volts, and as you can see here, we have just over 25, so that's fine as well. Avionics on. 80s clearance, we don't need to do any of that stuff. We're not flying on the network today. And then we can do some tests. So here's our sort of tests, and these system tests are really nice as well. So just get rid of all these, and we'll go through all these tests. You just basically spin it around. So there's a fire warning test, as you can see. Landing gear. This is the bat temp test. AOA indicator, as you can see, and that activates the stick shaker. Spare. That is, was that weather temp? Overspeed. That's working. Anti-skid. And annunciators. As you can see, we've got an annunciator panel there, and then back to off. So I really like how the stick shaker is animated there. It's pretty cool. Radar off standby, we don't have that today. Battery switch emergency. So you can see stuff's coming online, so that's working as well. So battery emergency, back to battery, avionics off. These are our pre-flight checks we're doing now. Avionics off, and then gens to gen or off. So gens are on gen, which they are. That's fine. Fuel boost pumps to normal, which they are. They're in the down position. LH gyro slave to auto, which is here, and I believe that is in auto. Manual is down. Sorry, yeah, no, there it is. We're in auto there. Parking brake is set. Windshield bleed air manual valves, as you can see here. They need to go off, which they are. Control lock off, which it is. Landing gear handle is down. Landing gear lights, check 3 green. There it is, and gear unlocked. That's on, which is what we want. Next, standby gyro caging knob, uncaged, no flag. So uncaged, no flag, as you can see. RH gyro slave, which it is. Throttles check off, so they are down here in the fuel cutoff position, which is good. Air conditioning off, which it is. Thrust attenuator switch, which is down here, that is in the off position. And I'll show you those attenuators later. They're really cool. Engine sync off, which is here. You might not be able to see it, but there it is. It's off. There it is. External power connected. We're not going to use that today. Battery switch off. So that's the pre-flight checks done, and you would then be on GPU. So what we're going to do is you actually need to start the engines first, otherwise we're going to we don't have an APU, we don't have a GPU, so we need to get some electrical power, otherwise the battery will just go flat while we program the UNS. So let's just do our fuel weight and payload quickly here. And UNS, I just need to check one thing. Yes, so it's in kilograms. You can change that here as well. So let's see how much fuel SimBrief is giving us here for this short flight. Bring up that. So as you can see, SimBrief is saying block fuel of 1,000 kilos, so just about a ton. Now at the moment, this is only available in pounds, although as far as I know they are adding an option to change it to kilos. But simply to convert from kilos to pounds to times by 2.2. So we need 1.1 tons of fuel on either side approximately. So let's do something like that. That should work for us. So we'll make sure it's balanced. There it is. That looks good. We got a passenger in the rear seat, and that's all looking good then. Got our fuel, so let's go ahead and start the engines now. So we'll do our before start checklist now. So pre-flight inspection is complete. Wheel chocks removed, so let's go ahead and remove those, and let's go back here and close the door. So bring the stairs up, and then I think we can close the door from the outside here. There we are, that's closed, and we can lock it, and you can see that is now locked as well. All right. Perfect. And so wheel chocks removed, cabin door closed and locked, passenger briefing complete, seats, seatbelt, shoulder harness just and secure, that's fine. Fuel quantity checked, flashing beacon on, aircon on. So okay, so let's go. Battery can go on, avionics are off, beacon can go on, so everyone knows we're about to start our engines. Aircon is off as well, so that's auto position, that's off. Perfect. And right, and these are all on full. All right, perfect. So, starting engines, would you say the texture quality is like the Carinado's in XP11? The texture quality is better. I don't have the Carinado, but the texture quality is fine, as far as I can see. Looks okay to me. I am VRAM limited, so I do get a little bit of compression. So it might even look better for some of you guys with more VRAM on your graphics cards. But yeah, it's not bad at all. So, alright. Starting the engines is very simple. We will turn the ignitions on, okay, and then we have our engine starts here, left and right hand side. We're going to be looking here at our N2, and we're going to look for 8% on here, okay. We're going to look for 8% and N1 rotation, and then we can add the fuel in by sliding the thrust levers up into the idle detent. So let's do that now. We'll start the right engine first, and you just listen to these sounds. They are so nice. So there we are. There's 8% and we have N1 rotation, so we'll add the fuel. Oh yeah. Watching the ITT. Make sure we don't have a hot start. Very nice. Beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead and do the same for engine number 1. There's 8%. We've got M1 rotation, so we'll add the fuel in. And there it goes. Beautiful. And that's all looking fine. ITT is fine. It's all stable. Alright, so engines are online then. We'll get the ignitions turned off for now. And one thing I do just need to do here real quick is turn this down. Alright. So I am using XP Realistic today, but as you can see the volume is all the way down, so all the sounds you hear today are from the aircraft. Okay. And alright, now we've got the engines running. Let's get the avionics turned on as well. There it goes. And we'll get the UNS device here. We will be using this today for our navigation. And we'll let it do its tests, and then we can start adding our flight planning stuff. Yeah, what a beautiful aircraft. And yeah, as you can see, we do have it in the CUDA corporate livery this time as well. Taking its time here. There we are. And actually, what a pretty cool thing they've simulated is the first time you load the UNS for a particular livery, because it's all you know, linked to the liveries, it will take longer, like it did just there. Hey Oliver, welcome. Alright, so we can check this, so our date is correct, as you can see. UTC time is the same UTC as in our sim, which you can actually change. You can change the database date using OS or the sim date, which is quite cool. So we can accept that. We're on the latest nav database from Navigraph. And alright, so what we want to do is go to flight plan, and you can see it's already picked up Lille because it's the closest airport to us. And what I can do here is do something like that. Bring up Navigraph. There we are. Alright. So Let's make that slightly smaller so we can see the whole FMS, the whole UNS device even. And let's get started then. So we are on. We can go to menu, depart, and select our departure runway, which is runway 28. So we put 2 in here and enter, and then select our departure, which is the Mito to Charlie, which is number 4. So we put 4 in there and click enter. No transition today, so click enter and we can go back to flight plan. Okay. Next, after Mitos, we are going to November 851. So to add a airway, click on the next sort of selection and then go to list, airway, and you can see a load of airways here. We're doing 851. So put 3 in there, click enter, and then put our exit waypoint. So we're exiting at Rookset, which is number 7. Enter. There we are. And then we're on to our arrival into Ibiza. So all we do is put our arrival airport code in, click enter, accept, and then we can do menu, arrive, select our arrival runway, which is 24. The star is the Rookset 3 in November, so it might be on the next page here. There it is, number 8. Enter that. No transition. And the approach is ILS X-ray for runway 24. So that's number 2 there. And we are doing via Gislu. So enter all of that. Flight plan. And that is it. Pretty simple, as you can see. And you can see there's end of approach as well after runway 24. Very nice. Now we can go to fuel. Just landed from a short 1-hour flight in the A350 Cessna Mango. It's mind-blowing, but I did have a small issue where when I disconnected, the autopilot alarm noise did not stop. Yes, that's a known bug, which they are working on fixing. A workaround for that is to just disconnect the autopilot using the AP1 button on the MCP rather than the actual autopilot disconnect button. It's a known bug, they are working on fixing that. But yeah, the rest of that sound pack is absolutely amazing. Alright, so in here, what we need to add is, as a minimum, we need to add our 0 fuel weight and then our fuel. So according to Navigraph here, our 0 fuel weight is 3389. Oh, so select it first, 3389, enter that. And then the fuel on board, we put about a ton in, didn't we? So we'll put that on as well. Again, it's not exact at the moment, but it's pretty close. Andre, hey, welcome. Nice to see you here. So that's all done, and now when you press fuel from now on, it takes you to the second page first, which is really cool. And I think we're almost good to go, which we are. I can remove Navigraph now. And I'll just re-enable lossless scaling. Alright, QNH, our local QNH is 1031, so let's put that in. Just hold it. 1031. All the way around. There it is, 1031. And we'll set the FO side as well. There we are. Just make sure these are exactly the same. Alright. And also there are announcements, which is pretty cool. So if we go to on, you can select some announcements. So you can select the language. So we have English, is the number 1. Number 2 is French. Number 3, D, I presume that's German, I guess. It might be something else completely, but I'm just guessing. And then we have Spanish as well. So we'll play the welcome message.
Welcome aboard this Citation jet. We're delighted to have you with us on our flight. Please make yourself comfortable and securely stow any personal items. When you are ready, kindly fasten your seatbelt.
Look at that.
Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Beautiful. looks like flaps. See, our flaps were down. That's because I forgot it on my last flight to put the flaps back up. So we'll leave it in flaps 15. We do need flaps 15 for the departure. Is the C525 of the same level as the Challenger 650? It's not at the same level as the 650. I don't have the 650. It's not up to that level, but it is pretty good. To be honest, it's a nice aircraft for sure. A little bit on the expensive side, definitely, but it is quite a nice plane and lots of updates to come as well. Alright, where were we? So, we did the passenger announcement for our VIPs in the back. QNH is set. So I think we are almost good to go. Let's just do our checklist. And we do need to set our altitude as well. So our... I don't think we have any restrictions on this departure, which we don't. And we're cruising flight level 160. So we can put 16,000 in. You just pop that out and put 16,000 in here. No VNAV in this aircraft, so it's all manual. We'll use IS mode all the way up on the autopilot. We can switch this from a nav1 to FMS, which we do like that. And we can do full map, or we can do map bring. So we'll do, there it is. There we are, look at that. Alright. Right, checklist. So before taxi, air conditioner, fans, temperature control, lights is required, that's all fine. Avionics is on, AC inverter, check inverter 1 and 2, select either. So we have, there's inverter 2 and there's inverter 1, alright. Perfect. Passenger advisory to passenger safety. There we are, nice sounds as per usual. Pressurization. Alright, so we're going up to 15160. So we'll do that. Alright, we'll get that set. Elevator trim. So let's check that. Elevator trim is here, and we'll just set that back. That's from my last landing, so we'll set that back to the takeoff. Trim. Flaps checked and set, so flaps 15 today. Flight controls. Do a full flight control check. Alright, and full right, full left on the rudders, perfect. Now my Tobii eye tracker, like I said, isn't working today for some reason. I'll have to get that fixed. And thrust attenuators. Alright, so we can put that in test, and if you look here, it's a bit difficult to see against the livery because my livery is dark. You can see here the thrust attenuators. I think if I put them back to the normal, to auto, as I power up here, there we are, see how they're closing? As I power up, they will open. Really, really cool. And oh, looks like we still have chocks. Let's get rid of those. There we are. And I will just open this page, make sure we haven't forgotten anything, which we haven't, so that's all looking good. Right, back to the checklist. Takeoff data, RH, altitude, pull to cage, that's done. Avionics checked and set. Alright. So let's taxi out to the runway now. Here's a parking brake. So we will release that and we'll taxi out to the runway. Oh, look at that helicopter. And it's a pretty simple taxi out here. We'll just turn it around. Looks like there's an EasyJet A321, I want to say, loading up there. Alright. And we'll get taxiing then. Yeah, it's a really nice aircraft to fly, a lot of fun as well. Alright, and while we're taxiing, we can do the safety.
Before we depart, please take a moment to review the safety features of this aircraft. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the loose end. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, don your oxygen mask. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Breathe normally. Please locate the nearest emergency exit, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. We appreciate your attention.
Alright. So the cabin is all secure. We'll taxi to the runway here. It's a default Citation X, I believe, or longitude, I can't remember which one. Is it any good? From the last time I flew it, which was a long time ago, it was actually decent, and it's pretty good for a default aircraft. Nothing to level of this, of course. This is very, very nice simulation, but maybe we'll take the default Citation up one day. Slightly newer variant to the one portrayed here. But yeah, maybe we'll take it up on stream one day. Beautiful Alicante Airport. Very nice rendition of it from Virtual Design. And if you do want to pick up this aircraft, you can find a link to it in the description or in the pinned comments. Got a nice hot coffee here for our flight today. Don't Qatar executive use it? I would love to do some ops in that. Yeah, I'm not sure actually, but I'm sure they do use it. Yeah, really nice. As you can see, we've got the Garmin devices here. But I'm looking forward to the GTN 750s from TDS. That's a really cool implementation to then put into this aircraft. That would be really, really nice. So can't wait for that. The UNS is great though. I do enjoy using the UNS actually, but the Garmin's are a lot easier. Slow it down and we'll take this intersection here. We have plenty of a runway. And I'll show you some of the performance tables in a minute that come with TorqueSim. That come with the aircraft. Alright, and we'll just hold short here. And I'll set the parking brake. Alright. So, checklist time again. So taxi checklist is done. Before takeoff, anti-ice, de-ice systems. We won't need any of those today. That can come on actually. But we should be okay. We don't need any anti-ice. Right, passenger seats checked. Cockpit air dist knob as required. I believe that's somewhere over here. There it is. So we'll just leave it in norm for now. Air source select knob, both, which is here, and that is set to both. Flaps, we have flaps 15 for takeoff, and trim is neutral. Thrust attenuator switch auto, which is down here, which it is. Ignition on for the takeoff, which are these two down there. We don't leave them on too long, otherwise we'll burn them. I'm pretty sure is what CitationMAC2 was saying in his stream. Alright, pitot static heat can go on. De-ice on if required. Anti-collision is on. Transponder to alt. There we are. Landing recognition lights, so they can go on. And if you flip them down, they are taxi lights as well, actually, which is quite cool. We just forgot them. Transponder, radar annunciator panel. Everything here is good. That's just a 10 unlock, but once we throttle up, that'll go away. So that's flying. If I just show you here, we have the takeoff here. As you can see, we have some takeoff performance, or standard takeoff performance tables here. So our weight is, we are under 9,400, I believe. But I can check in the UNS if we go here to fuel and back to page 1. Gross weight is 4389. Times that by 2.2, we're looking at about 10 tons. So we may actually use this one here. Density altitude is less than 3,000 foot, is between 10 and 30 degrees. The temperature here is, we're just out by 1 degree. It's 9 degrees here currently, but that's fine. That'll still work for us. So we have some V speeds here of 106 V1, VR is 106, V2 108, and we'll use a minimum takeoff N1 of 95.9%. So let's go ahead and take off then. So we'll release the parking brake. And we are good to go here. We'll taxi onto the runway. It's clear on the left hand side. Clear on the right as well. And I'll just set the autopilot up here. So we're on FMS source, so from the UNS we want nav, and then I'll select IAS once we're in the air, and I'll set my bug here to 106. There it is. Now it does get a little bit sensitive on the rudders when you take off and land, but TorqueSim are aware of that, and as far as I know they are. They're going to endeavour to fix that. Lille's Alicante it is, absolutely. Alright, so not such a good lineup, but there you go. Let's just get back onto the centre line. Alright, so we'll hold the brakes. This is a procedure I've seen from various videos and such. And we'll set 91% on the M1, or 95%, sorry. We've got a plenty long runway, so 95% will do, that's our minimum anyway. Alright, that's good enough. Release the brakes. Off we go, put a little bit of forward pressure. Look at that. Super quick. It's fast on the ground, slow in the air, this aircraft. Try and keep it centre line here. And V1, rotate. There we are, in the air. Positive rate, gear can go up. Fly by. Beautiful. Now we'll just get the aircraft trimmed here. It is pretty quick. And so we'll select IAS, and your damper and the autopilot can go on. And on here I'm going to command 180 for the climb. There we are. And flaps can go up as well. There it is. Alright, so what the aircraft is now doing, we're on following the nav, and it's going to speed up to 180 if we move the bug here. And then it's going to climb all the way up to 16,000, maintaining 180 unless we change it. There we are. Nice departure out of Alicante. Got some nice wing views as well. Oh yeah. Alright, after takeoff then, so I know the ignitions can come off, so we don't fry them. Hopefully the sounds aren't too loud, let me know. And climb checklist then, landing gears up, flaps are up. Ignition back to norm, climb power. So we'll leave it at 95% for now. Engine sync is required, yaw damper is on. Passenger advisory switch is fine. Anti-ice de-ice, I'm not using any today. Landing or recognition lights can go off. There it is. Pressurization check. So pressurization is rising, so that's good. Cabin altitude lower than 12,000 feet, which it is, and altimeters will set a standard. Okay. Plane is too loud, alright. Alright, is that better? Let me know. Hopefully that's a little bit nicer for you guys. And we'll set a standard just like that. Perfect. Alright, so the aircraft is now maintaining 180 in the climb and we're on nav. Can I zoom this in at all? There it is. So we're going to be making a left turn fairly soon. Perfect. Alright, fantastic. Thank you guys for letting me know. And so yeah, we'll make this turn shortly and then we'll speed it up as well. Yeah, nice climb out of Alicante here today. There's a turn. Yeah, I've still got some refining to do on this CUDA corporate livery, and then I will release it both in 8K and 4K. Nice. All right. So we've got a temperature here as well at 8 degrees. That'll obviously decrease as we gain altitude. Tail de-ice. I guess it wants us to turn that on. So okay, so that's on auto. We don't want alcohol, bleed high. All right, that's fine. I love the attention to detail screen with the in-op sticker. Yeah, you know, sure, we don't have a weather radar right now, but they could have just left this blank, and we'd probably be sat here. Oh, why is the weather radar not working? It's actually all animated, so everything is there. I do like that they've added an in-op sticker, and I think more devs should do that. When something in the cockpit isn't modeled or not currently working, add an in-op sticker. It really does add to the immersion, because you can look at that and go, okay, we haven't got a weather radar, but it's in-op because of for whatever reason. Sort of a simulation aspect, as it were. So I do like that. My first landing was very sketchy. I need some more training. Now checking if it saves the state when closing and reloading. Yeah, it has done for me, at least. It has for me, to an extent. If I have the engines running, and I reload, the engines themselves won't be running, but the throttles will be in the correct position, so. There are some lovely orthos as well, and we have really nice orthos. I literally just generated them an hour before the stream for Ibiza as well. Using my custom ortho for XP 1.4 settings. Do you know the Aeroflow Airbus where nearly all the buttons are in up? Yeah, not surprised. Pony, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I do like it. If you leave certain switches, lights on or anything really, it saves the state, which is really cool. It feels like you've walked away from the aircraft and then you've come back to it, sort of. So that's pretty cool. Zoom level 17, and then it automatically does zoom level 19 closer to the airport, which is really cool. But yeah, all of this is zoom level 17 right now. Like the CL650 from Hotstar. Oh, does it do that? I didn't know. Yeah, no, that's a pretty cool feature. It definitely feels, I guess for airliners, it's not as necessary, because airliners, the likelihood of you flying an airliner and then you're the next person to fly it, I guess, are quite low in real life, because chances are another crew has flown it, or you're switching aircraft or something. But for these things, likelihood is you'll be flying it almost non-stop. So that's pretty cool. You can sort of leave it how you want to come back to the aircraft, as it were. So yeah, definitely a cool feature. And TorqueSim, like I said, have done a pretty good job with it. I will say though, just a couple of things on this aircraft. I think the documentation, while it is nice, could be slightly more detailed. A lot of other payware aircraft have more detailed documentation. So this one does lack slightly on that in that regard, but I know they are adding more documentation soon. So it's sort of, you know, it is a bit of a minor thing, but still something I should mention for you guys. And also there is no EFB, everything is done via the menu. It'd be really nice if all these menu stuff here would be put into an EFB. That'd be really cool, I think, as well. Yeah, it's a very nice aircraft, for sure. Do you use auto? I do sometimes. I'm not using it on today's stream. If I have autos you know, generated like I do now, then I won't, but otherwise yes, I do use auto, and I really enjoy it. It's a fantastic add-on. Are you using default clouds? No, so I'm currently using Visual XP clouds, which we have, I can find it here. So I don't use the atmosphere setting on Visual XP because I use a separate Lua script for the sky colors, and then I've got my clouds here. So these are my cloud settings, as you can see. And then I use the water one as well, but then I don't use scenery or lighting. I've used a separate night lighting ITC light mod for that as well. But yeah, as you can see, the water there looks really nice as well. So what a beautiful, beautiful plane. Definitely screenshot worthy, I think. Very nice. And yeah, I managed to get the normals so that we have a metallic effect on the fuselage. I just need to do the same thing for the tail, the engines and the wing. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking, this custom livery. And I will release it, like I said. So, we are now at flight level 160. And so we'll speed up, we'll cruise at 260. And we'll just keep manually adjusting the power. There is no auto throttle, so you just have to keep an eye on it. So I think we'll slightly reduce the power there, just a little bit. So yeah, that's something we have to keep our eye on. But we are cruising nicely now. Oliver, absolutely, I would love to fly in something like this in the real world. That'd be so much fun, especially after flying it in the sim as well. A lot of fun. There's a great video, there's a few videos on this aircraft on YouTube as well, so do go have a look. I think someone posted a really cool video of a similar citation of the whole startup procedure and stuff in my Discord, which was really cool to watch. Yeah, small little jet will be awesome, absolutely. The Flying Club I fly at actually has a PC12, which is privately owned. It just sits at the club, which is really cool to look at. I'm hoping one day, when I'm there, I get to see the owner or meet the owner and have a little chat about that, because that's a pretty cool aircraft. I'd love to go inside and have a look at the cockpit of that PC12. Alright, that should be in there, yeah, that's fine. So we can just change the range on this a little bit. So 50 miles, let's do that. There we are. Got a nice little nav display. Awesome. Off to the next flight to Christiansand. Where's that? Not familiar with that place. Airfielder Matt have all sorts of places. Met an older guy who owns an extremely old aircraft and is rebuilding the engine. Dedicated. Oh yeah, it's so cool. Just being at these flying clubs and seeing all the different aircraft that people have is amazing. South Norway, just at the coast. Oh really? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to take a look at that because the scenery up there in Norway and just the whole, you know, Scandinavian region is very cool. I love flying up there, so I'll have to take a look at that. So, there's no VNAV as such in this aircraft. There's sort of a VNAV here, but it won't. The autopilot won't follow it, so you have to do that manually. But what we can do is get it to tell us essentially when we need to descend. So, what we do here is go to your VNAV page and select your target descent vertical speed. So something that's pretty standard in this aircraft, I've been told, is 2,000 feet per minute. Or negative 2,000 feet per minute. So we put that in, hit enter, and there we are. It's gonna, well, at the moment it thinks at, what waypoint is that? At Rooksit we're gonna be at 30,000, which we're not, because obviously that's higher than our cruise, but it's taking that from the star. So let me adjust some of this stuff here. And then, alright, that looks fine. Now we can go, we might have to wait until after the Rooksit waypoint to do this actually. But there we are, now we can see our top of descent in 41 nautical miles. So when that goes to 0, it'll give us a little alert in the message area, and then we know when to descend at 2,000 feet per minute. Yes, you need the at instead of the X, yeah, thank you, yeah. I guess this means crossing 12,000, this is at 16,000. I presume that's the difference between the at and the X. Beautiful. Alright, what's our speed doing? Look at that, bang on 260 still. So when you get the throttle set right, you can just leave it, almost. So as you can see, we have the throttle set just right there, and it's just holding 260. Perfect. Our nav here. For the record, the plane did save my head button and knob positions after restarting the sim. Fantastic, yeah. It's a really cool feature. It really is. So, in preparation, let's set our ILS frequency, which is 1095, and then a course of 241. Now, I think you do it in here. Unfortunately, the other day, one of the hangars which happened to be holding the majority of the brand new aircraft, the glass roof dropped and broke a brand new DA50. Oh, that's a shame. That is a beautiful aircraft, the DA50. Really is. Had to be written off. Oh, that's a shame. Such a new aircraft as well. That's terrible. Hey Skylar, how's it going? Welcome. All good with this beautiful, beautiful aircraft in the channel livery as well. Just preparing for our descent down into Ibiza, and then we're going to turn it around and arrive back at Alicante. So, nav radio panel. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the ILS frequency goes in here. Let's see if we can figure this out. 1095. is active, and 1095. It was awful. He was not impressed. He took it with the airfield and said, don't look up to the hangars. The quality is horrendous. Yeah, 100%. They might be liable. Heard FSDG just released VRMM for X-Plane. Might be worth checking out. Yeah, I did see that actually. I'll see if I can contact them and maybe get a copy to take a look on stream. I may even just purchase it, to be honest. I think it was $20, wasn't it? So not too bad. Just zooming on the map here a little bit. There it is. So, alright, ILS frequency is in, and then course is 241. So if we go here and then select 241. Can't change the course, alright. Probably just me doing something wrong. Maybe we have to wait until it's not using it or something, I suppose. Just jumped into the Citation X, such a nice aircraft, gonna have to relearn. Yeah, been a while since I've learned that thing, for sure. Lovely. So speed, still 160, those throttles are set so perfect, that's nice. We'll just keep an eye on the VNAV here. So as you can see, it's giving us a message, a top of descent alert. So fairly soon we can start the top of descent in 10 miles. How's the aircraft treating you? Really nice. Really, really enjoying it, Skylar. It is fantastic. Very, very enjoyable. The sounds are fantastic as well. So yeah, definitely a nice aircraft. Once you move the blinds as well here. And if you do forget to, uncheck any of the ground equipment, you will get the associated failures, as far as I know, as well. So if you try and start the engine with the cover on, you'll start getting issues. Right, 4 miles. Let's start our top of descent. So we'll go verticals. Let me change the altitude first to 4,000. And then we'll hit vertical speed. So vertical speed is already there, and we'll pitch down and descend at 2,000, bring the power back. There we are, and we just got to match. Now we just need to match whatever vertical speed it says here, essentially. And we'll keep an eye on the speed. And we'll start this descent. You flying anywhere after LEIB? I am, so we'll turn the aircraft around and we'll fly it back to Alicante. Let's maintain speed here, 260. Yeah, 2 flights today, 2 sectors for today's flight. And I think we can slow off the descent a little bit. Just like that. Follow the star in. Keep an eye on that speed. And local QNH for Ibiza is 1031, so let's just get that in. I know it's early, but I want to get set up early here. Set the FO side as well, 1031. There it is. Nice. So yeah, we got plenty of space for the descent here, so we'll take it nice and easy. And we can slow down to 240. So this bug is just visual. It doesn't, it doesn't actually control anything. It's just a nice visual reference point to have. The autopilot won't follow that bug or anything. Christmas will be fun to fly around some privately owned jets in the sim. Lowy LSZH, classic destinations for many people, aircraft in the winter. Funny you say that. The first flight I did in this aircraft was LSZH2 Lowy, so Zurich to Innsbruck, and it was all snowy and everything. It was really cool. That was the first flight I did actually in this aircraft. We'll maintain 240 knots for now. Landing lights will go on as we cross 10,000. Beautiful. We do have some really, really nice orthos here as well. All right. Some winter sport region would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So platform altitude is 2,000. So what we'll probably do is we'll descend to 2,000, and if we can take a shortcut, we will. And we'll just go heading mode and incept the ILS. Hey, V-Skycheck, welcome. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Yeah, nice plane. Absolutely. A lot of fun to fly. Definitely a lot of fun to fly. There's the turn. We're pretty much on a downwind here. There it is. And still maintaining 240. I think we have a speed restriction. Yeah, max 220, so we'll go down to 220. And we'll just slow it down a little bit. Comply with this restriction. Would you say it's a high-level aircraft? It's really nice. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say it's as detailed as like the hot start, for example, the 777 V2. But it's really, really in-depth, and there's a lot of features coming in the future. So, but yes, it is a little bit more on the pricey side, absolutely. But it's a nice plane. Sounds are good. It seems to perform well as well, you know, performance wise on the PC. Flies nice, flight model's really good. Modeling, texture work. It's a fun little aircraft to fly, absolutely. That's the island to our left. And we'll continue this nice steady descent here. We're almost parallel with the airport, somewhere over there. So yeah, I think the aircraft is great and it has even more potential, you know, so, you know, when some updates come out, we get all these new features, more documentation, etc. It'll be even better. And when those updates do come out, we will of course take another look at the aircraft. There's the airport. Some low-level cloud. Looking good, alright. So we can do a, oh, we didn't do the takeoff, I forgot that. We'll do a descent. Oh, I turned it off. Do a descent.
We're beginning our descent.
Announcement.
Turn to your seat, ensure that your seatbelt is fastened. Stow any loose items and make sure your seat is in the upright position. We'll be landing shortly. Appreciate your cooperation.
There's the airport, and alright, we'll do a landing announcement then.
Welcome to your destination.
Oh, there we are, okay. So, okay, we'll do that after we land, I guess. We'll get it ready. Alright, X-Plane's looking very nice. Beautiful. Look at these, oh no, they're on a collision course. What's happening down there? I don't know how well we'll be able to see these new orthos I made with all this cloud cover. And the speed, yeah, 200 is fine for now. But no, let's go down to 180. There are some landing performance tables here as well. So we've got rated climb, cruise, standard landing. So we'll do flaps 15. Landing weight was about here, wasn't it? So we'll do 115 for the flap 15 landing. It appears that Evergreen people had a little bit too much to drink. It looks like it, doesn't it? Right, let's go to... Oh no, don't put the... You don't want to do that, whoops.
Call the ball, ILS 108.11, heading 073.
Looks like we've got ATIS.
Drop your gear. You're high. Drop your gear. You're high. Drop your gear. You're high.
No, I don't want to call the ball. Alright, so we're holding... Look at the rain effects that we have as well. As we are flying apparently... Oh, we are flying through some rain. Funny. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. And oh, look at our speed. Washed off. I do want to descend down to 3,000. So we'll do that vertical speed. Yeah, 900 is fine. All right. So we'll continue our descent, and then we will go. Oh, that's altitude. Whoops. Wrong one. Heading. And we will switch to heading mode now. Alright, and then we'll switch this to nav. Right. And then hopefully we should be able to select our course now, which we can, and our course is 241. Getting some turbulence as well. Oh yeah, we've gone into a cloud. Alright, right, we need to actually go down. Need to descend, so we'll descend there. Give it a little bit more. We're holding at 180. Now, hopefully, we can capture this ILS. So we'll do a left turn in a second here. Bit fast. Oliver, I do have libraries. I absolutely have libraries installed. I have quite a lot. Are we holding? No, we're not holding. We aren't holding. It's just a star. So, right, let's go ahead and intercept the ILS. So 241. So a heading of something like 300 will work for the intercept. And we'll level off at 300, that works, alright. Slow it down to 160. Is your COM2 as loud as COM1? COM2 is really quiet for me, I don't know how to get it louder. I believe these are volume controls here, which you can turn up and turn down. How come they're not in your scenery? But they should be. They should be in my scenery packs somewhere, for sure. Alright, so we are on an ILS intercept. And I think if I leave this in nav, we should... intercept the ILS. Put it in approach mode. There's a glide slope. Right, let's see what happens here. Slow down, 140 is fine. There's a runway. Just waiting to see if this is going to intercept here. There it is. Alright, I've not actually done an ILS approach in this. All the approaches I've done previously have been RNAV approaches. Alright, good, that worked. And we can change this to a nice... There, perfect, alright. I'm on the standard radio, old school, you know, really, okay. Yeah, there should be a knob similar, there should be somewhere. Although I don't use the radios that much in the sim, to be honest. Alright, so, here's our position on Navigraph, as you can see. So we are nicely tracking the ILS in now. And we didn't set our decision height, which is 659, so let's do that. So we'll do 660, there we are. Alright. What's our destination? We are landing in Ibiza, and then we're going to take off again and head to back to Alicante. So it's 13 degrees here in Ibiza, so we don't need anti-ice, we are good. On the localizer, you can see the glide slope coming in now. Perfect, alright. Nice, I'm glad that we managed to get the ILS there sorted. Because like I said, that was the first ILS approach I've done in the aircraft. I've always done RNAV approaches. We need the ignitions on for landing. Pitot-static heat is on, everything here looks good. We'll get flaps and gear down later on. And you know, we'll actually, we'll do a full flap full landing. So 108 will be our VREF today. Now full is here, land. Ground flaps we only use on the ground, of course, so... Oh, we are a bit fast. I'm gonna bug the 108. There we are. Have you just learned the C525 today? No, so I sort of learned it over the weekend. But it just so happened that all the approaches I've done so far in the aircraft, getting fast here. Well, all RNAV approaches. I've not actually been able to do an ILS approach, and I only realised earlier today. Look at the water, very nice. That's my custom auto for XP settings there. Doing that, so we are fast. Let's put the speed brakes out. And these tiny little things. We can put the gear out as well to help us slow down here. Alright, there we are, look at that, that's helped. And we'll do flaps 15. Don't need the speed brake, so we'll track those. Nice, alright. ILS working well, don't have eyes on, there's a runway. I'll remove the weather because I do want to show you some of these orthos because they are quite nice looking. So I'll remove the weather once we land, but this is looking nice so far. What a fun aircraft to fly, and we'll do flaps 30, is it 35? Or flaps, landing flaps, there we are. Yeah, look at that. Get the shallow water effect. And we will disconnect shortly, just once I've got a better visual on the runway. There it is. I think we have a bit of a... We might have a very slight crosswind here. Keep an eye on that speed. Getting quite slow there. Yeah, we can do a wing view on the replay for sure. Come on, speed up. All right. Yeah, visibility isn't great. Let's disconnect the autopilot. There we are. And I now have control of the aircraft. I'm still going to follow that flight director and the ILS all the way in. Look at that shallow water with effects there on just off the windshield. That's my custom Auto for XP 1.4 settings at work there, and I will do a video on that as well. Yeah, you got to use a lot of power when these things get slow, and then it's overpowered. All right. Yeah, it's a slight crosswind from the left, but we're looking fine for now. Slightly high on the ILS, but that's fine. Still got 2 reds, 2 whites, and a little bit left of center line, so we'll correct for that. Now we don't want to float it either, so Getting a little bit low. Right, we'll just hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. There we are. Alright, and now we'll put the ground flaps in. No reverses on this. Just ground flaps. And I'll just let it slowly come to a stop. We've got plenty of runway. And we'll take this high speed here. Alright, lots of aircraft taxiing. And we will take a look at the replay. Alright. Let's just work out where we're going here. So we'll go off over there somewhere. Away from the big airliner gates. Flaps can go up. Let's go to the yoke here so I can... right, landing lights off. We'll put them onto taxi. Anti-collision can go off. And... glad he stopped. And the ignitions can go off as well. Pitot static can go off. And we'll taxi to a stand. Yeah, definitely a little floaty, absolutely. Actually, is there any space off to the left here? Space, save some time. Yeah, we'll probably go off to the left here. Save a little bit of time. And we'll do a turnaround and we'll... we'll take a look at the replay first and then we'll set up for our second flight back to Alicante. Nice windshield effects. It's been a while since I've seen that in X-Plane. A lot of aircraft are incompatible after one of the updates, but this is obviously working very nicely. Yeah, just a short stay. Just gonna drop off our passenger and head back to Alicante. Save on the ground, let's eat some caviar. Alright, let's just go in somewhere over here. Alright, this one should be fine here. November 2. Hey Owen, welcome. Alright, and we'll stop there then. And shutdown is very simple on the aircraft. Quite literally, pull these to idle. So you can use a click spot here. I have them set on my Honeycomb Bravo to the reverse detents on the Bravo, and we'll just kill the fuel. And there it is, and we'll get the avionics off before we drain the battery as well. Beautiful. All right, beacon light off, and I was gonna show you the toilet, wasn't I? So let's do that real quick while the aircraft is powered up, and you can. There we are. And as you can see, the lights all do work as well, and you can move them around and stuff. Very cool. You can let out the golfers, absolutely. I'm good, thank you, Owen. How are you? Alright, so let's open the doors. So open it, click spot and do the... Very nice. And we'll get the battery off as well, lights off. Very simple shutdown. Seatbelts on the... Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I guess in case of an emergency. Can't wait to accidentally shut the engines when landing. Yeah, well, I've... That's a good point. I gotta be careful of that, Skylar. I've got to be careful of accidentally going into reverse. All right, let's get chocks. Then, and we are now deboarding, and let's get set up for our second flight. Then, oh, we do need to take a look at the replay, actually, don't we? So I'll just end the flight on Volanta, which it's done automatically. Beautiful. And all right, take a look at this landing. There we are. It was a bit floaty. I was a bit fast. You can actually see the rain effects on the windshield there. Pretty cool. We'll take a look at a few different angles, including the wing view. There it is. Yeah, presumably because of the low wing as well, the wings are very close to the ground. I mean, look at the flaps, very close. You get a lot of ground effect as well, so that doesn't help when you're trying to land, and you'll just float all day long. But it handles very nicely, it really does. Beautiful T-tail as well. T-tail not good if you're if you're stalling, because it's difficult to recover with a T-tail. There you go. And I flared quite high as well, didn't I? Used to the airliners. Oh yeah. See the attenuators closing? Oh, I love that. Nice. Right, we'll take a look at a few more angles and then we'll set up for our second flight here. Really enjoying this plane, I have to say. Got a CUDA on the bottom as well, of course. And I did notice, did the speed brakes deploy when we took the down? I didn't realize the aircraft did that. There we are. I think when we selected ground flaps, is it? Yeah, there we are. You can see when we selected ground flaps and the speed brakes come up. Nice. Can you use GTN 750 rule sim gear or GTN XNI in this area? Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely. And you can use the upcoming TDS GTN 750 as well. Hey, short final, Josh, welcome. How's it going? I actually completely forgot to download and use your performance charts. But what I'll do is when you get them uploaded, Josh, I'll put a link in the description of this video, of this stream even, and I do plan on doing some tutorials, so those will come in very handy there as well. Are you able for a wing view? No worries if you have. Yeah, absolutely. You're still doing the second flight, remember? So. Link is in your inbox. All right, I'll put that in the chat in a second, actually, Josh, for anyone else who wants to use them. Let's do this one. Super light 30 meg. Oh, nice, fantastic. Yeah, you've done a great job, by the way, making those performance tables for us all. Fantastic. So yeah, it was a floaty one. There we are. Nice smooth landing in the end though, plenty of runway. Nice. Alright, let's set up for our second flight back to where are we going? Alicante. Let me put this link in the description. All right, so if you are interested, guys, and you want to be, you're going to be flying this aircraft, then here are some performance tables. Let me put them in the chat. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. And so these are some performance tables that Josh has very kindly made up for us from some other sources. And I'll open them as well. And all right, here we are. So you can see the climb performance tables. In fact, let's download them. We'll download them now and use them for this next flight. How about that? Perfect timing, Josh. 619 kilobytes. And I'm gonna put it in my aircraft folder. You can see the sheer amount of planes here. X Aviation, Citation Jet, and we'll put it in manuals. Alright. So yeah, if you're interested in those performance tables, very useful when flying this aircraft. There's a link there, and I'll add it to the description as well. Here we are. So, very cool. Cessna Citation 525. Some performance charts. So, simplified takeoff performance criteria. I'm not going to go through and read everything, otherwise the stream will be quite long, but we've got some really cool stuff here. Of V speeds, takeoff M1, single engine climb. Look at that, that's cool. When conditions are other than those specified in the simplified criteria, the appropriate tabulated data must be referred to takeoff correction chart. So if we have no anti-skid, we'll multiply the distance by 1.4, no correction on V1. And if there's thrust attenuation is stored, no correction on V1, but the multiplied distance for the takeoff is 1.05, so 5%. That's really cool. I like the look. I know Josh, you were saying you were trying to get an authentic look and feel of these, and it does look good. It does look good. Very professional. So let's see. So we got dry runway, flap 0. Okay, I see. So you've added contamination. Oh, this is cool. Nice. And then flaps 15, takeoff length. We got takeoff power. Yeah, this is very comprehensive. Wow. So if we did a flaps 15 takeoff, for example, we'll check our gross weight. But I think we were around 10, weren't we? So we got a VREF. V1, VR, V2, runway. And the red is with anti-ice. Cool. V speeds in different temperatures as well. So I think the closest we have is 10 degrees Celsius, so 104. And then we have, so this is for takeoff. Oh, what am I looking at before? Takeoff flaps 15, 0 wind or gradient, right? Got some more here. 1,000 foot MSL, 2,000 foot MSL. I want to go to the climb section. 07, nice landing, mate. Cheers, Madras pilot. Thank you very much. For the most part, they are go down then right and then set your takeoff M1 on the dial to the left of the M1 gauge. Yeah, perfect. We'll do that for sure. So, let's see, recommended max climb thrust setting M1%, multi-single engine en route anti-ice systems off in the red. So we had, I think, what was it 10 or 15 degrees Celsius here because it was 13, so 15 is the closest. Pressure altitude 1,000 and thousands of foot. Okay, I see. So we would use, if I'm reading this correctly, 95.8 on the M1. This is for other temperatures. Yeah, so this is a document I'll have to take a even more in-depth look, but this is just the first time I'm looking at it right now. Maximum rate of climb speed, cruise climb. Very nice. Correction factors for runway conditions, alright. Landing distance is perfect. All right. So let's do this. Let me do my sim brief real quick. What's the latest time you're able to fly until? I'll definitely have to go after this flight. That's for sure. So, where are we? We are in LEIB. We're going to Lille. And Citation 525. Alright, and we'll generate that. Alright, good. Can get rid of that. And I'll put that on my Navigraph now. If you set yourself a specific schedule. So I always, at least when I'm at home, I stream at 2000 Zulu, 8 o'clock here in the UK. But when I'm at university, I can sort of plan my time a little bit better. So, ooh, there's no ILS for runway 28 at Alicante. So we're doing an RNAV approach. Fun. Right. So that's all set up, and let me just get my Volanter going. Perfect. Alrighty. That's good to go. That's good to go. I need to change this, don't I? For you guys. There we are. Alright, I think we're good to go for our second flight then, guys. So, let's get the doors closed first of all. Come on. Oh, we need to... Yep, there it is. Put the stairs up, then close the door. Get the chocks. And we'll lock the door as well. Perfect. Alright, so... Battery's on. And we have sufficient voltage there, just over 25. So that's all good to go. Ignitions can go on, beacon on. And alright, landing gears down. Don't have any fuel in, so let's go ahead and start the engines then. We'll start engine at the right. No, we'll do the left engine first this time. You've definitely got me in the mood for some smaller jets in the sim. Yeah, I don't fly biz jets often, but this aircraft has really got me into biz jets for sure. Yeah. Might get this aircraft, but right now the Tu-134 is calling if I can get it to work. Oh, very cool. That is a complex plane. Maybe we'll have to learn that someday at some point. Let's go ahead and start engine the left engine, sorry. Parking brake is set. So looking for 8% M1. Positive M1 rotation. So there's M1. We'll add the fuel in. Let it get stable. Alright, and we'll start the right engine now. As you can see, both lights are on because it's using the left gen rather than the battery. Put the fuel in. Oh yeah, that's a bit sketchy. Skylar. Yeah, about the download. There goes engines. We'll get the avionics on shortly. And we'll disengage that master warning. Alright, both engines are good, so the ignitions can go off. And get the avionics on. There we are. Let's actually, just for fun, go to the standard avionics. I don't have the GTNs. I do hopefully plan on getting those because they are very cool. And we'll use the old radio stack, why not? Why not? Alright, let's get the UNS going. We'll get Navigraph up here and we'll let it load. As you can see, it loads, it should load quicker than it did earlier because we're now loading it for the second time rather than the first time. Let it all get set up here. I'll probably get the Citation just because another UNS equipped aircraft will be fun. Yeah, absolutely. After I flew this, I started flying the lossless scaling. What's going on? Oh, I know why. It's fine. Right, let's wait for this to sort itself out. Yeah, after I flew this, I started flying the Q400 as well, because this UNS is actually quite fun. Definitely, it's really fun to use. So, go to flight plan. As you can see, our Ibiza is there. And we can go to menu, departure. Need more Q30 streams? Absolutely, yeah. I did my second flight with it yesterday. So once I'm a little bit more proficient with it, we'll bring it on stream for sure. Actually, that flight went pretty well, other than I couldn't get the ILS to work, but that was an issue on my end. It was pilot error. This is an amazing little rotation. Might check this route out in a similar jet, maybe the Citation X. Yeah, it's a really nice route. Nikki, actually, one of the moderators, suggested it, so thank you to him. We're doing runway 24, so we'll put number 2 in here, and then on the Bav 5 Echo, so put number 1 in there, and no transition. Go back to the flight plan, next page, nope, and there's Bava. When we get the OFP up here, get the route. After Bava, we're going to an airway, so select the next sort of waypoint, go to list, and then airway, and Mike 603 is there, so put 1 in, and we exit that airway at Gervu, which is number 2. And then after Gervu, we're on to the arrival into Alicante, so we'll put the arrival airport in like that. Go to menu, arrival, and then select the runway, so we're doing runway 28. On the Gerv 3 November. I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to use this UNS device. In all honesty, once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. It's really fun to use. And then we're doing a RNAV Yankee into runway 28, so number 3. And that'll be via Bessel, so put a 1 in. Perfect, enter that. Flight plan. So whole flight plan in there. You can see runway 28, end of approach, as that's our missed approach. There, cool. Could do island hopping. Yes, yeah, that's a good idea. We need to do that. There's a load of things we need to do, and hopefully, yeah, group flight, that'll be fun for sure. Right, let's do fuel, and let's just check how much fuel. We didn't actually use that much on the way. We only used about, what, 400 aside. So I'm going to put these back up to about £1,000 aside. I'm looking forward to when we get this to be able to, you know, we can switch it to kilos. There we are. So 1,000 aside, that's good. We have 1,000 aside, so that's £2,000 of fuel total in kilos. That's going to be divided by 2.2. So £2,000 divided by 2.2, you're looking at about 950, roughly. That is not 950. That's 950. And then our zero fuel weight is 3597. Which gives us a gross weight of 4,547. Which converted to pounds is about 10,000 pounds roughly. Is kilograms planned? Apparently it is, from what I saw in the Discord. I could be wrong. It was just a passing comment, nothing official, but I think it is planned. In your opinion, is a towless A321, A320 worth it at full price if you already own the 319? The towless aircraft are great. They are more on the pricey side. If you already have the 319, then maybe not necessarily, because, you know, the difference is only going to be that the 320, 321 are larger, etc. With the 321 and 320, you do get the Neo engines though. With the 321, if you buy the Neo expansion pack, you'll get Neo engines as well. They're great aircraft. I would say you're probably better off waiting for a sale, maybe. That's what I did. I got the 321 first and the 321 Neo, and then waited for sales. I actually managed to get the 320, and then using the points I'd accumulated on the store, I managed to get the 319 for free. So yeah, I would probably suggest waiting for a sale if you already own the 319, because the difference isn't huge in terms of operation. You know, it's just a slightly different variants. But the 319 is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Right, so we've got that set up, and we have nav ready to go. So let's take Navigraph off here. We can set our let's see, do we have any restrictions on the departure? We do not. So we can go straight up to flight level 170. How easy is it to get points? When you go to the product page of you know, anything on the store, you can see how many points it takes. It took me a long time to get to, I think, was it 1700 I needed? 1700 to get the towless 319 for free. So it was nice to get a $90 aircraft for free, you know, but, you know, I spent a lot to get those points in the first place, if that makes sense. We're gonna select that map, and we'll change the range. 25 is fine. Has the METAR changed? It hasn't. QNH is still 1031, so that's all good to go. Flaps 15. Let's get the nav light should be on. Wing inspection can go on. This stuff all looks good to me. I think we are ready for the departure. Alright, so let's get the taxi lights on. They're already on, actually. There we are. And right, do you guys want a night flight or do you want a day flight for this one? We can change the time if you guys want. Let me know. So I purchased a towless about a month ago, and only recently they had it half price. Do you recall when they do the Christmas sale? I would presume it's going to start at the end of this week or next week, but I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not entirely sure the towless are on sale as well. So sometimes towless go on sale, sometimes they don't. Black Friday was some of the best sales I've seen, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure on that. To be honest with you, but I'm sure there will be a Christmas sale on the store for sure. V-Skycheck, thanks for streaming. Need to go. Good luck. Definitely waiting for a sale on this one. Well, thank you very much for being here, my friend. And yeah, it's a great, great aircraft. Nighttime? Alright, let's do it. And oh, I forgot, it's going to reset our UNS. So let me just do it like this. Oh, actually, no, it won't. Never mind. If you change liveries in this aircraft, it will change the... It will reload your UNS and you'll lose your flight plan. Just because of the way it's set up. There we are. Alright, we'll just let it load then. Let this weird lighting go away. There we are. Right, so we've got some nice night lighting using ITC light mod. I need to get some, I need to get my ITC properly set up, to be honest. Let me just adjust some of this cockpit lighting here. So, flood can stay on. Those can go off. Let's turn some of these down a little bit. But yeah, nice night lighting. And we'll keep the flood on. Alright, let's go ahead and taxi then. And we have flaps set as well. Put the oxygen mask there. Night lighting is nice in this cockpit. They've done a good job of it. All right. AP off. Yeah, that's fine. And alright, we'll taxi to the runway and we'll take a look at the performance tables probably during our taxi. Nice, alright. I'm just going to turn the PFD brightness down a little bit. It's slightly bright. Here we are. Nice. Good to go. 101 euros for an A319 is ridiculous. I understand their quality, but surely it's a bit far. They are on the expensive side, but they are great aircraft as well. But yeah, the Totus aircraft are great, just on the expensive side. Lighting is nice, even the external lighting is pretty good. Alright. I want to see what the difference is between flicking this switch down and switching it up. Can't really see a huge difference. I don't know entirely what the difference is. We'll have them switched down for now, I guess. Put a bit of power in. Yeah, ITC nightlight looks really nice. I do want to make it slightly brighter, which we can do doing this. As you can see, we can make it a little bit brighter. But I need to tweak this a little bit. I have the A321, but I wouldn't say it's worth the price. It's amazing, but it's just not right to have it that expensive. I would expect the real thing for that. I think the Totus aircraft, I think considering the systems and stuff, I think they're worth the price. But yeah, it's really nice if you can get them on sale, for sure. I bought the 321 at full price, to be fair, and got the Neo pack as well, and don't regret it at all. I've just got so many hours in that aircraft. Alright, shall we get XP Realistic on for this one? It's been on, but we've had the sound muted so you guys can hear the sounds. Let's put it back up there like that. Alright. Yeah, this is such a fun aircraft. Such a fun aircraft. Handles really nicely on the ground as well. And let's make sure we have this set to the FMS like that. And we can select nav here as well. Right. For that radio thing, I'm asking C25A pilot when I'm back at work. Yeah. Are sales rather frequent or not really? There's a few a year. There's quite a few a year, so at least every couple of months there's a sale for something or another. Alright, we'll just stop here and get the parking brake set. So we have flaps 15 good to go, and we get the ignitions on, and we can get the anti-collision light on. These can go to landing. Perfect. Alright, let's take a look at these performance tables then. So we need to go to takeoff flaps 15 sea level. Our gross weight is around 10, and we are at 10 degrees roughly. So V1 will be 104, VR 105, V2 108. Perfect. And that's the distance as well. And then do we have N1, don't we, as well? Here, so N1, so takeoff power will be 95.8, and then SE climb 95. That's single engine. So we'll do 95.8, and then what's our climb? Doobie-doo. Climb performance. Right, recommended max climb for 10 degrees Celsius. Let's see, 95.8. So we can go with that. 95.8 sounds good to me. So takeoff and climb 95.8 should be good. Yesterday was the floater king. Oh, we floated it again today, Dave. Hopefully on this last one we won't float it, but let's see. PC static can go on, and we'll just get this parking brake off, and we'll taxi onto the runway. Clear left, clear right. Beautiful. All right, let's get back on the center line here. I'm not a fan of the bloom on these lights here due to ITC light mod, so I need to try and get that fixed. So still got a little bit of fine tuning to do with my lights. But anyway, let's go up to 95.8 on the M1. We'll hold the brakes. So 95.8, that'll work. Release the brakes, off we go. Knots. There's 100. V1 and rotate. And positive rate is gears going up. Beautiful. All right. Bit turbulent. Let's select Nav IAS. to change the knots here to 180 for the climb out. Alright. And we can go yaw damper and autopilot on. Perfect. Alright. Now we've taken off, the ignitions can go off as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice. So aircraft is going to maintain 180 in the climb now. Just like that. And we're on the nav following the FMS here. No luck with the reinstall of the 744, better pushback still bugs it. Wow, that's weird. I'll have to test mine. I've not flown the 744 in a while, but I'll have to test mine, see if better pushback bugs it or not. There we are, off into the clouds. What a fun aircraft to fly. I'd love to fly this thing in the mountains. So I did a flight to Innsbruck. So we'll have to do that again, I think. Maybe on Thursday. Or maybe somewhere in the US. Maybe we take this somewhere like Sedona. Something like that. I feel like doing some short field takeoff and landings will be a lot of fun with this. Does the X-Plane default pushback work with it, Oliver? Alright, so you can see our, if I bring up Navigraph, you can see our routing here. Nice and simple. Off to Alicante, just a short hop. Transition altitude is 6,000, so we're approaching 6,000, we'll go standard. Perfect. Pressure is rising, so cabin pressure is looking good. Let the floodlight turn down now. Nice, alright. Just wondering how to turn this off. Torque not available. Oh, interesting. Nice. So we're hitting some turbulence. So yeah, you can use this click spot here to, as you can hear, change the volume. And you can mute as well. Pretty cool. It's a nice little hidden click spot that they've added. You can see all these lights in the back here are modelled. And of course the blinds as well. I guess a third-party airport's pushback maybe does not work on default. Yeah, maybe. I've not used the default pushback in a long time, so maybe that's the case. Oh, we didn't put the flaps up. That's not going to help. Completely forgot about that. I was wondering why my screen was shaking. That's going to help us a little bit. Wondering why our climb performance was terrible. We are going up to flight level 170 today, for the short hop. Beautiful. Absolutely, Dave. Completely agree. This thing is a lot of fun. Very much enjoying it. If only I could turn this light off. I'm sure there will be a control somewhere in here to do it. But I can't find it at the moment. I would expect it was down here somewhere, to be honest, but apparently not. You can turn off the panel lights like that. Yeah, if anyone knows where this, how to turn these off, that'd be great. Arnav approaching Q400 is challenging, yeah. I've not done an Arnav in that. I couldn't even get the ILS to work, let alone a, let alone the Arnav. But yeah, a lot of fun to learn these aircraft. Personally, I really enjoy it. Ah, found it. There it is. Now we have a nice lighting situation here. Which one's the flood? It was this one. Yeah, we can turn the flood on if we wanted. That looks nice. I like that. How's the new Tolis A339? Really good. Really enjoy it. It's a great aircraft. I did stream it, so you can take a look at that. If you want to learn more about it. I do want to take that aircraft up again as well, because it's been a while since we flew it. At least since it released. Now I just need to fix the... If I go to VNAV, it's going to take this altitude from the star. Of course, 22,000 is higher than where we are currently. So I just need to set that to 170 here. There we are, and then we can set 2,000 here. Actually, you know what? We'll do 1,500 for our descent, and it shows our top descent point there. Lovely. I do love the A330. Yeah, it's a really nice plane. Great plane. So we got message, top descent point alert, so we'll start our descent shortly. And as you can see, we've been speeding up slowly as well. So I'm going to set the bug for 240. Very short cruise. And we'll set our altitude down to 10,000. And then what we'll do is we'll go vertical speed and command 1,500 feet per minute down. That works. Alright, bring the power back. And we'll start this descent. Decision height, well, let's do the ILS and stuff and set that up. So decision height is 543. That's here. So 540 is set. Get the range set up, that's fine. Right, nav 1. ILS frequency is gonna... Oh no, we're not doing an ILS, are we? Never mind, it's our nav. Alright. So we'll just slowly descend here. So charts say by Bessel we need to be at 7,000, so let's put that in. And then I guess if we do 1,500 here, should tell us, there we are. Alright, it's good. Nice reflections there. See a load of boats and stuff out in the sea. Very cool. Great aircraft. And local QNH is going to be 1031, so let's get that set, same as earlier. So 1031, and we'll set it on the first officer side as well. There we are. We should be fairly prepared for this. Now we'll just level it off slightly to 1,000 feet per minute on this descent. That's what the UNS is saying. It's actually saying 1,100 closer to, so we'll just get that set. Get a bit more power, we'll maintain 240 knots. Try to start up the 134. Oh no. Managed to get Sim Heaven working and it's awesome. Yeah, Sim Heaven's great. Dusk. Very, very dark outside right now. Might be nice to get the citation instead. Oh yeah, this thing's fun. You'll have no problem with this. Very, very nice. Take a look at the UNS. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, descending nicely. Just holding 240 knots. I quite like that the aircraft has no auto throttle. Keeps you on your toes, definitely. I love the Airbus and Boeings, you know, you can set autopilot, walk away, and everything's done for you. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, the Citation has great sounds as well. Like I said earlier, sounds are very important for good aircraft. And this aircraft does have good sounds. Just bring the power back a little bit. Trying to maintain that 240 knots. And just set 7,000 on here. There we are. Nice. Is there a sim limitation with textures? I'm just wondering, as a default A330 is amazing with textures, but TOLUS and various others have not great textures in the cockpit. Yeah, so TOLUS's strong point really isn't textures. They do need a little bit of work on the A330 and A340 and stuff. It's really due to well, performance as far as I know. TOLUS aircraft perform great, some of the best in the sim, and of course a lot of your computing power is taken up by the really in-depth systems, and the default aircraft don't have those in-depth systems, so you can kind of use a little bit more of that for the visuals, if that makes sense, whereas TOLUS is sort of a trade-off. They've focused really on the systems. Right, we'll just change the range on here, 12.5, that's fine. And yeah, term of dome light. Yeah, the dome light really makes things look horrible in TOLUS. So yeah, don't use a dome light. That's correct, Dave. Alright, you can see the airport. This is an issue that it's a bit of an issue with ITC light mods, which is why I said I need to do some more tweaking to the night lighting, because you know this night lighting here looks nice. Maybe it could be a little bit brighter, but then it makes airports stand out like that, which is strange. So I need to tweak that a little bit when I get a chance. But we're descending nicely. Like, gonna get to Bessel at the perfect time. That's all looking good. Just about 7,000 as we get to Bessel, perfect, and then we're gonna go down to 2,500. For the RNAV approach. All right. Let's just slightly arrest this descent then. Just got to manage it with the vertical speed here. turn into the darkness. And we'll just keep it at this 800 or 900, whatever this target vertical speed says. You can see where vertical deviation is plus 130, so we're like very, very slightly high, but this is fine for now. So it's just something to keep an eye on. Because the autopilot in this aircraft, other than when you do an ILS, doesn't really... you can't make the aircraft just follow the VNAV path, you have to do it manually on the vertical speed. Yeah, we're descending nicely, and we will get this, there we are, only 100 feet high of vertical deviation, so that's perfect. Let's get it slowed down to about 200 now. We'll let that slowly drop. In fact, we'll go down to 180, I think. Good stuff. Alright, so lights are on. We'll get the ignition lights on. Sorry, just the ignitions on in a second. But for now, we're looking good. And yeah, we'll have the runway in sight quite early, so we'll probably switch to visual quite quickly as well. And we're slowing down slowly but nicely here. You can see here how we're following the track inbound. Now we're getting a bit high, so we'll add a bit more to the descent. A bit more vertical speed. We should turn right shortly. There we are. And basically we'll follow this vertical deviation, we'll monitor it. Look at that, so we're getting lows. Yeah, we'll just monitor it and then we'll go visual, most likely. And looking at the performance tables, landing, do we have V numbers for the landing? I'm not sure we do. I think it's just distance, maybe. We have go around power. So 10.4 V approach 112. We'll do that, and our go around power will be 95.8. So we'll do V approach 112, perfect. Or sorry, V approach 119 even. So we'll select 160. And I'm just going to select the altitude to 0, otherwise we'll stop at 2,500, which I don't really want to do. Vertical deviation, we're a bit low. So we'll ease up on the descent then. All right. So laterally, we are lined up with a runway. There's approach. We just hit approach now. And we're going for our first stage of flaps soon, I think. I'm going to set our bug here, so 119 was it? That might be a bit fast. Let's do 110, considering we floated on that last one. And we'll go gear down, flaps 15. Look at that. Little cranks to TorqueSim Cessna Citation C525 is out. And I'll go flaps 35 now. No bugs, very good aircraft, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Alright. Let's just hold our altitude there. For now. There is little cranks, thank you very much. Alright, nice. Second landing in Christian Sand was better, but I missed a highlights first time. You have to press approach when you're in nav mode, not before that when you're in FMS. Yeah. I think I accidentally did it correctly, I guess, last time round. But yeah, that's true. You do have to switch to nav. And last question, does it have VNAV? Partially. So the UNS has a sort of half VNAV, but it won't control the autopilot. You've got to do it using vertical speed. So it's sort of. Got you. You can see that vertical deviation there. See the PAPI lights coming in. No worries, thank you very much. Little cranks. Right, 2 white, 2 red. Let's disconnect the autopilot. Alright, my aircraft. And we'll bring this aircraft in for a landing then. KSS will be very scenic. Is that Sedona? Yeah, I thought that. Sedona would be pretty cool, if that is Sedona. I'm not familiar with the code for Sedona, but I know it's a very scenic airport, and I know Xcoder has a great scenery for it as well. Thank you very much, Oliver. Yeah, I definitely do want to fly this again, for sure. Yeah, just visual approach right now. And yeah, those airport lights aren't the scenery. The scenery is okay on airport lights. I'm pretty sure that's ITC light mod there causing that. It looks nice, nice stable approach here. Look at this. Completely visual. Getting a little bit low maybe. Just following the PAPIs. We've got a slight crosswind from the left, so we are slightly crabbed, as you can see. Did we get the ignitions on? I don't think we did. They have to go on landing. Alright. I think I'm going to cut the power a bit earlier than I have done previously. cut the power now. That's better. Alright, ground flaps. No reversers on this thing. It's a drone over New Jersey. Alright, that was a little bit of a nice landing. We'll take a look at the replay, of course. Slowing down, no brakes right now. This is purely aerodynamic braking and just friction from the runway. Got plenty of space on this runway. We'll look for an exit. Right, there's a high speed coming up, so we'll take that. And we'll just roll it out to the end. Nice! Alright. It's a shame ITC Light Mod makes these lights look like that. I'll investigate that, see if I can get it fixed. But we'll take this high speed here. Nice one. Yeah, thank you very much, Honey. Love to see you in the next stream as well. We'll put the flaps up now. And get the ignitions off. If I can find a click spot, there it is. And slow it down. We'll exit the runway and I'm just going to stop to set up some lighting. Right. Let's get some lighting in here. There we are. Alright. Right, anti-collision off. These can go to taxi. Alright, nice. Disable the autopilot modes now. And we'll taxi over here. There's some parking. We'll taxi there and shut down. Then we'll take a look at the replay as well. There was some nice 2 flights. Really enjoyed that, guys. Thank you very much for being here. And we'll be back hopefully Thursday. Saturday we do have a stream planned with Captain Iceman, and we'll be streaming the newly released Captain Iceman series PA-44 Seminole, which is a really cool aircraft. Nice little GA twin props. That's a cool plane. Let's get these lights off so we don't blind them. There's our helicopter again. This is animated, part of the custom scenery. Really cool. Nora Sim Crash Flyer, thank you very much for being here. Alright, we've got a marshaller this time as well. Very nice. Guess the marshaller isn't properly aligned with the yellow line, but that's fine. Alright, and we'll stop there. And alright, let's get the avionics off. And we'll kill the power. There go the engines. And we'll get the beacon off. Let's open the doors for our passengers so they can disembark here. So we'll open it. And then do the stairs. Perfect. And let's get shocks, cones, engine covers, PTO covers, and our AOA probes. And there we are, back at Alicante. Absolutely amazing, beautiful. And we'll get all the lights off now. Remember, you do have to properly shut down this thing. So that's off. That can go off. That's off as well. All the lights are off. Ignition's off. Fuel in the norm position. That's fine. Avionics are off. Standby gyro is off. And alright. Battery off. There it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay, and then we'll end the stream there. Let's see, something like that. A little bit further back. We're going to have lights. Yes, the lights will come on. Perfect. All right. We'll take a look at a few different angles again. Decent. Runway looks very shiny there. Again, the landing light, this bloom, I'm pretty sure is not the aircraft, it's from ITC Light Mod. Nice. Happy with that one. Happy with the livery too. I think it's quite nice. I will upload the livery to the forums as well. And let's take a look at this. Oh yeah. Bang on the center line as well. Nice. And let's do one last one from the cabin. So I think cutting the power nice and early works well, pretty much over the threshold. There's the touchdown. You can see ground flaps go down and then the speed brakes come up as well, or the lift dump. Nice. What a fun aircraft to fly. Very, very fun indeed. Alright, why are we moving? Alright, well that is the TorqueSim, or the Take Command TorqueSim Cessna Citation 525. And it's a really, really nice aircraft. Like I said, documentation could maybe use a little bit of work, but they are doing that, and I'm really excited for the features coming soon in this aircraft that we went through at the start of the stream. So if you missed that, do go ahead and check it out. They have it all on their website as well. Fantastic aircraft. If you are looking to get a nice biz jet, this is going to be a lot of fun, as long as you don't mind putting in a little bit of work with, you know, no auto throttle and learning the UNS-1 system. But I will have tutorial videos coming out on that in the next week or so, hopefully Thursday or Friday, something like that. I'll get the tutorial videos out. So thank you to everyone who's been here. Really enjoyed that stream. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.